Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Truly Bedrock Season 4. This is episode 61. It's been a while since we put out a video. I hope everybody's doing great. I am, despite the fact that we haven't put out a video in about 2 weeks. But the last time we were on the server, we worked on the hanging root farm behind us. This thing did a great job of getting us the hanging roots that we needed, and it's a cool little farm. The only bad thing is, I only used this many hanging roots. Yep. I still have 5 stacks plus 42, and then I have 2 full shulker boxes, so my thought process of needing a bunch of hanging roots was incorrect. I left off at the end of the last episode talking about wanting to finish the island, finish the mushrooms at least, before I started recording my next episode. And of course, it is that time of year again where it's outage season, and I'm very, very busy. I've been working 610s and 712s, and if you're not following me over on Twitch or part of the Discord, you probably don't have any idea. I've done a few live streams, haven't posted them yet, but I did talk about all of the different things that's been going on, and to boil it down for you guys quickly so you know what's been going on, it's been work. I've been working a bunch. When I'm not working, traveling between jobs and things like that. We've been kind of all over the US as of late, and when we do that, it takes time away from being able to grind on the server. The takeaway from the grind is we can't record, and then of course no videos go out. So it's all a snowball effect. But via a few live streams, I did manage to get the entirety of the island mushroom-fied. Yes, all of the mushrooms have been completed, as well as the hanging roots underneath. I think a side view like this, directly underneath, doesn't look that great, I don't think, but when you're just kind of coming upon this, that is a nice little catch for the eye and a little detail on the mushroom. This side of the island looks extremely, extremely good. What do you guys think? A lot of you will have noticed there's been some things going on over there, but before we get to that, you may have also noticed that we have announced the final live stream weekend from the Truly Bedrock server should be happening the weekend after this video goes out. Hopefully, if all things work out. Again, this is past me talking to future you. And with that, the end of the server is near. We're not quite there, and live stream weekend does not mark the end of Season 4, but the end is upon us very soon. So not only have I been grinding on the mushrooms, but I've been grinding over on the spooky side as well, and the reason for that is the world download. I did not want you guys, if you decide to download this world, have to have a texture pack so that your trees look like that. I wanted it so that any average player can come over here and see what my original idea was. And as we fly over this, I would like to give a special shout out to both Jesse B and Genfire, who have hooked me up with most of the mangrove roots that we have used here. Tiztom is currently working on getting me the last couple of shulker boxes that we're going to need to finish out this last little bit back here, behind the mansion and this side. Keep in mind that this has taken several hours. I got about 6 hours in this, just changing over the leaves, and I've been changing over the wood as well. Throwing in a little detail, as you can see, with the stripped acacia, but making this place look so much better. Now, with all of that being said, there's a few things that I still have left to do. I do not want to leave things unfinished like I did in Season 2. I've referenced that a few times in chats and things when I've live streamed and talked to people. It was complete enough, but it was a big project. I was still fairly new with Truly Bedrock and all the things. I was trying to put my name out there. I really don't know what we were doing, but we went way too big and we weren't ready for it, so I did not complete it the way I wanted to. There was also the fact that the Nether update came out. I wanted to live in the Nether, got overwhelmed, things like that. It all kind of jumbled against me and we weren't prepared, and so I didn't really complete that, even though it is technically complete. So, Behind me, I have a layout of a building that I've been planning for a little while, and this isn't my build. We're going to build somebody else's build like we did with the Addams Family house. I did mess around in creative quite a bit, playing around with some things, and I just couldn't come up with what I really liked. I found this. It fits exactly what I was kind of going for. It's going to be large, but rather small. So we're going to build that. And the link will be in the description down below if you guys want to follow along the tutorial. Somebody else did it. Great tutorial. And we have been busy gathering up materials, as you see here. I grabbed more calcite. I got a bunch of stone bricks and stuff. A block that I really forgot about that I could have used with the mushrooms here is I definitely could have put that in my build pallets. Live and learn. Live and learn. But I've got some mushroom stems that I've had for a while. We got a bunch of birch logs. I'm keeping the texture pack on until that is complete, and then I will take it away. I'm going to be using the stripped variant of these, which, if you guys don't know, I did not change that in the texture pack. It still is the birch log. And like I said, I don't want to change Minecraft with a texture pack. I want to build as vanilla as possible, so we're going to be reverting back. I've got a bunch of other wood bits in there. I've got a bunch of terracotta and stuff. This is left over from the mushroom build, but we are going to use it again. I've got glass and lanterns and chains. And finally, I have just some miscellaneous sand and sandstone and some cobblestone bits in here. Another thing that needs to get completed that I want to finish up is the path that comes here. You guys will notice that this area is very wide open, and we're probably going to do the similar thing where we take the red mushrooms and put them on the end rods and bring them all the way up to the base here. From here, we're probably going to hit a cobblestone / tough path, and we are going to take it over this way, wind into here, and wind this way into the path that is here. Over here, we're going to be adding some cobblestone into this path and probably some redstone torches to make this a little bit dimly lit. I do like the jack-o'-lanterns at certain trees, and kind of as you look through the forest, you see them. It's a neat little thing, but I do want this path lit, but not that bright, if that makes sense. And I have a skeleton horse head there. Yep. I also have one other plan, one other thing that I definitely want to finish. Over on the island, once that is done, this project will be complete. And if we had to put a final tally of hours up to this point, I've got probably over 80 hours on this island between the digging, the terraforming, the changing of things. This has been a huge undertaking, and I've enjoyed every single second of it. For those of you that were involved in the last live stream, if you're wondering, did I fix the mushroom stem farm that we blew up at the end of the stream? I did. Have no fear, that will be ready for you to blow up on the world download. And just like with the Addams Family house, of course, the server is still on whatever version it is. My phone's a version or two ahead of that. So unfortunately, similar thing, I'm not going to be able to time-lapse the build. Maybe we can throw in some first-person time-lapses, but I do feel like those get a bit jarring from a viewer perspective. So unfortunately, we're going to be building this thing a more solo with jump cuts and things, just like we did when we built the house that is behind us. Does it not look good? I'm loving the way this is turning out, and as I said, this is definitely fitting the whole style and the idea that I had. Utilizing stone bricks and kind of the mushroom blocks, we're going to build this up. There's going to be towers that go up. There's going to be caps, quote unquote. And I'm really liking the way this is going so far. We've just got some basic foundations going. And I think next we're going to start working on this area here. We're going to get this thing built in this episode. But keep in mind, even though I'm following a tutorial, I had to gather the materials. I've got to get this thing going. We've got to follow along, placing the things. I'm not placing blocks as they did in the tutorial. I'm just placing random what I like, using the block palette that was kind of given. So I'm happy with it, and progress is being made. Well, not too long later, we have the entirety of the foundation and the walls complete. Um, that's wrong. I built that backwards. Should look more like this. Yep. So I've got all of it done. I've got this all going on, and we're going to start building this main area here. This is what the other one should look like. But we got our nice diagonal walls, and this fits really good with the moss coming up. All I have to do, of course, is take down what I did here. No problem. Reclaim all of these bits and just move them to the other side. And then... yeah, readjust. I can't believe I did that. You know, it is what it is, right? These were pretty simple to construct. It's just something like that, and then this right here. And then we need to get up there, which is why I always carry trusty netherrack. Then we build like this. We build here and here. That's all of the stone brick. We then place our stone brick walls with some slabs, and then we take a piece of netherrack once again, and we take this out like this. This is just going to be a little walkway around the area. Perfect. I didn't make a mistake. There are a couple little garden beds here. Putting some things in here. Maybe we'll have some mushrooms or something of that nature. But we're going to be able to move on to the main part of the build here. Getting up in here. Placed a ring of slabs, and we're going to start doing the stripped wood, which would be a lot easier on Java Edition because we could dual wield our axe, or we could dual wield the wood. So I'm going to have to place this in and then strip it and go from there. Well, hello there. What do you guys think? Huh? Huh? I am going with the same block palette that we have been using for the mushrooms because this is a mushroom build. This is just the main building. I've still got the towers to do, finish up the walls and things like that, but we have used mushroom stem up there. We've used our calcite, diorite, and then white concrete powder as opposed to the bone blocks with the lichen. Quite a bit of work has been put in. I'm about halfway done with this, but this main tower here has got a lot of detail and a lot of things that we had to do. The tutorial really isn't made for doing this in survival, so I went up and built like the frames to these windows, and then went up and built these frames, and then went and did these, and then I came back up and placed the sandstone at every level. Then we came back up and placed the lights and the chains, and then we came back up and did the roof. So it's been a bit of back and forth, but this thing looks so good. Oh man, that is so good. So good. Oh, it is the perfect build. I told you I couldn't have come up with something better. Once we get these towers up and looking out, it's going to be absolutely wonderful. The only thing that I've realized is I am going to possibly need more brown, probably not brown terracotta, but I'm going to need more red concrete to finish the rest of the roof. This thing took a lot more than I originally thought. So I've got to look over my list of materials, possibly gather up some more red concrete powder, and turn it into concrete. But other than that, we're rolling right along. So, with that, it's time to get busy. As I said before, big shout out to Jesse, Tiz, and Genfire. Tiz did leave this shulker box of mangrove roots over at the base. I went back to go make concrete and noticed it, and then Jen had one more as well. This should be all of the mangrove roots that I need. And 6 more stacks of red concrete made. I think it is time for us to start tackling these towers, this one, and the back one. Once we get those done, essentially we're going to be pretty close to wrapping this build up. So, it's time to turn on part 2 of the tutorial and see if I can follow along as well as I did the first time, but maybe a little bit better. Ah, fun. Quick little thing that I've noticed as we're building this, and I didn't do this on this tower, is the scaffolding. Right, you could use scaffolding and do what I did with the netherrack. It'd be easier to go up and down than constantly breaking the netherrack, but this allows me to go to the constant floors because we placed the sandstone, the smooth sandstone slabs and stairs, and then we came back and we placed in the sandstone walls, just following along with the tutorial. So if you happen to build this in your world and you're following J-Jax and Wild, who are the people that did this tutorial, this is the best thing I've come up with, so I can go up and down and stuff like that and put all the details in as we go and follow along the tutorial. Quite a bit of progress has been made. I did forget to hit the record button, honestly. We're just trying to get this thing done. But we did get this back tower made here. I can pull that off for now, so it's not in you guys' way. And we're starting to build these 2 towers, which are very similar in design. One is going to be slightly taller than the other, so we're starting work on that, where this one is going to elevate itself taller. And looks like we've got ourselves another wandering trader. These things are popping up left, right, and center. And I don't know why I always check them. I always check them. But yeah, we've got the main building facade done, the tower. This tower, like I said, we've got our little gardens in here. We've got all the things going, and it's looking really good. I love the mixture. The tutorial uses white wool instead of the diorite, but the diorite fits the build. Similar to why we have the red cap here, or the brown, and then the red here. We're most likely going to do the tops of these just red as well. But it's time. It's time for us to put on our building caps and finish this thing off. I think we can get this thing done relatively quickly. I don't know. And yes, scaffolding would be a much better way of going about this. I did go up and down this tower quite a bit. So keep that in mind. If you wanted to build something like this in survival, scaffolding obviously is your friend. And then, of course, planking across with any old block is good. You guys know me. I love my netherrack. It's a very good scaffolding block. On a build like this, it doesn't stick out as much, but it definitely does still stick out. Ta-da! It's done. Oh my goodness. This thing took about 4 hours to build. Not to mention all the time spent gathering the materials, and that is the wrong button. Yeah, it was definitely some time. We're building with blocks that I've never really built with. We're playing around with like stripped birch and stuff. This was super cool. Super cool to figure out different little details that we can do. There's so much detail in this build packed in such a small location. It is an amazing thing. And we got off the ground. That's the best part. Look at this thing. I do like the one brown tower. I wish I would have made like this front one, like right here, brown, but it's fine. It looks good. We did build, you know, the gate coming in. We did actually add in the last bit of glow lichen we had, just because it fits. I did do a little bit of decoration on the outside, throwing some flowers. We did put in an azalea tree and made a little garden, and we've got this guy over here. The interior is not done. Nope. I did build the staircases to get up here so that we could kind of run around. There's a floor here. But after that, it's pretty much nothing. I think we could add a doorway here. We could add some dark oak. And then nope, we can't because of the way this is. So we can't go any more forward, but we could add the dark oak floor in there. It's fine. It's fine. The facade is finished, and that is the most important part to me, is getting that portion of it done. Oh, look. I've still got my netherrack in here. That's fine, too. So, yeah, I think we'll grab some dark oak. We'll finish out the flooring. Maybe even do up this floor. Like, have dark oak to here so we can get in and out of here. I've got a little bit hanging out over there. But let me tell you guys something. It has been a long time since we put out a video, so I'm going to probably wait till the next time to get the flooring done. The Mushroom Island as a whole, let's gain some air and let's take a look at this thing. This has been a huge project. It's not quite done. We're close. We're so close. Look at this thing. We have done so much. So much stuff with the spooky side, and we've got the Halloween theme with Halloween just around the corner. We have the Mushroom Castle in the background there. We have, you know, the gas blaster. We have all of our farms and stuff here. There's been so much work that has gone on, and I'm so happy with what we've managed to create. I can't believe I landed that. It's so cool. So, we still have things that need to happen, right? There's still a few things to finish this area out. We talked about it earlier. I do want to finish up the pathway. I want a cobblestone path leading off of this guy, kind of going through this natural raise here, and then kind of dropping down a couple of sections back up and over to the castle. I think this is going to be a good path right through here. I did leave this intentionally more open. And this is going to be the combination of cobblestone and tuff. I don't know what I want to do here. Do I want to go around? Probably around that mushroom like this. And then we're going to bring it this way a little bit and then kind of swing into this path here. From here, it's going to be pretty much the same style where I just have the red mushrooms and the end rods. I do have the end rods over here. We need red mushrooms as well, which we can get. Once again, I have one last little project to do over here and, of course, finish the changing of the trees. And then I think at that point, the Mushroom Island will be done. Can you believe it? And just for reference sake, this is what the Mushroom Island looked like when we originally found it. It was covered in mushrooms, covered in hills and crazy terrain. Like that right there, that little spot right there is where the gas blaster is located right now. So just take a look at this and what we have created, and it is definitely a gorgeous thing. We've turned this entire island into something spectacular, and the amount of work that went in just to digging this out and flattening it out a little bit and then terraforming it, having the cut across the island, having the spooky side, having the Mooshroom Man side. It's amazing when you look back on something like this. But that is going to do it from me on Truly Bedrock today. That's all the time we have. This has taken a very long time. Let me know what your thoughts and stuff are. Let me know if I remembered to put a link to the actual tutorial for this build in the description. If I didn't, yell at me. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it has been so long. We are hopefully going to be getting videos back on regularly schedule. I'm recording these like the last 4 or 5 clips the night that hopefully I'm releasing this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for sticking around with me for 60 plus episodes from Season 4 here on Truly Bedrock. If you guys enjoyed the video, you know the routine. Leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. Be sure to check the description down below for all the different ways to follow me, including links to Twitter, Twitch, Discord. There's a link to the Truly Bedrock Discord as well as the Truly Bedrock website. There's of course also a link to all the other Truly Bedrock members' YouTube channels. Go check them out. There's also a link to the second and third channels that I have. I do all my live streams on the live streaming channel, and then I have a Pokemon challenges thing that I do if you're interested in those videos. Links are down there, as well as Patreon if that's something you're interested in. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.